Alright guys, how's it going? Um, I apologize, I'm lower to the ground because I'm still moving some clothes, so I can't use my chair as usual. But I want to discuss a little story. Or it's not really discussing, but I do want to talk about um the gameplays. I know I haven't been doing the Gotham Knights as much as I should be doing. I just I feel like it's gonna go in a way too slow because just like how that last gameplay I did, I couldn't find the key, and it was almost the whole video was just finding a key, and I don't want that to happen later on down the line, and I have to keep editing videos out, and I didn't edit that one out because I thought it would be funny enough because I was pissed off the whole time. I thought it would be a little bit of a funny watch, but yeah, that's the only things I'm really worried about, and the bosses, if I die a million times, I'm never gonna get from point A to B. And for me, it's not always a simple edit. I know what you're saying. Oh, okay, so film the first part, and then when you get up to the boss, then do that part. It's not that easy, because everything on my phone runs on storage, and then if I don't have enough storage, then it doesn't edit the clips together, and it screws me up in that way. But I promise I'll try and bring it back. I don't know when. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna see what I could do. But today we're gonna talk about the story of the evil daycare. And I'm sorry if I'm looking. I know it's horrible every video, but I'm just not used to, looking into that. But so we'll continue on with the story. It's already almost 2 minutes in the video, and I'm not even talking about it yet. But I was obviously little, and I wouldn't say I was that little. I was maybe like 14, 15 maybe, and my mom had work, so we wouldn't have anybody to watch us, so she wanted us to go to daycare. And my brothers, they were younger than me, so it was really meant more for them than it was for me. So when I was there, I was like, oh, I didn't want to be there. But before we go into this, let me talk about the family, because this was not no ordinary daycare. It was like a house daycare. Like the family was actually even like some kind of company. I don't know what you want to call it. So you had the son that was. I don't want to go into race or nothing. To me they looked a little like Indian. Like I'm not gonna try to say. The race doesn't matter. The personality does though. It's get crazy. You got the son that mostly stayed upstairs. He watches TV, goes in the fridge. Every time he would come downstairs, the parents would send him his ass right back up. Why? I don't know. Then you had the mom, which she wasn't. Say what you would. She's like half and half. But they never had a good personality. They were all very negative people, and I didn't like them at all. The mom, the only time she, okay, I don't want to get into this too much because that's a part of the story. So I just want to discuss the characters. Then you got the father, who the only thing I knew about him was that he was an ex-cop or whatever. So he was just nuts in general. So that was the three members of the family. Then here comes the day that we actually show up. And I don't know if they fake smiles or not, and I don't know what happened when we first went there for the first day. I remember one day I was sitting there, and we go there before school, so we stay there and then go to the bus stop, and then that's how that will work. And same thing going home. So we'd have these things where we go there in the morning. We'd sit there on the carpet. They play some kind of shit like Dora. I hated it because I was like, really? I was already into Cartoon Network. I was watching Adventure Time, regular show. I don't want to watch Dora with all these little kids around me. That's weird. But that's what they played, and we had no choice. And it gets even worse with the food options. Well, it was either you had water and crackers, and I mean like the honey grams, like those cracker things, or a mayo and bologna sandwich. Which, me personally, I don't I'll have mayo if it's on like a Whopper because you don't taste it. But if it's something like a cold sandwich, you could taste all that mayo. I don't like that. But oh, forget it. She'd be like one of those pissed mothers. We'd all sit around the table, eating. It's almost like a bar table. like one of those long ones, and we'd eat sandwiches and junk, and it was, whew, it was, and you didn't get to choose one lunch too. If she chose to do crackers that day, you got crackers. If she chose to do sandwiches, you're doing sandwiches. And she'd get furious because no one would eat the damn things, you know. And she'd yell at all of us. She'd be like, "Ah, finish your plate. You're not getting up unless you finish it." And whew, I think I used to do those things where like you fold the plate in half, like you ate the damn thing so you could throw it out. I think I did those things. I don't know for sure. And it got to a point where, you know, and we even had recess. Yeah, believe it or not. And if you want to call it recess, you were in their backyard and they had a whole jungle gym, or whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know. But we had one of my brother's friends that was in that daycare, and it was a bad sign in general because immediately he's like, "We gotta get out of here, man. You know, these people are crazy." And I was like, "What?" And it was bad, and it seemed like he stayed there for a while. And it got to this point where we couldn't stay there anymore. You know, I was complaining every night. You know, my mom would pick us up, and she'd be like, "How was your day?" And I'll go, "It was horrible. I don't like those people. We need to get out of there." And she'd be like, "No, no, no, just it's fine." And that was every night. We'd always complain. There was never a night where we were like, "It's good," unless we were just lying. But it was really bad. And then it got to a point where I didn't give a damn about those people, and I would do everything in my power to annoy them and piss them off, and it worked. Because I remember the mom would go to the door to greet the other mothers, you know, the other kids that were there, and I don't know what the hell. I was taking those like Lego bricks, not like the actual Lego brand stuff, you know, those giant blocks that they usually give you when you stack them. I remember I go like this, like really hard with the damn bricks every time a mother walked by, or whatever you want to call it, because they were talking at the door like face to face, and I was just going like this. And I remember the mom would turn around, "Shut up, shut up, shut up," and I still kept going. I didn't really give a damn. And yeah, one of the worst parts is one day we were there. I don't know if Brandon was like doing something to them. I don't know. The father, as crazy as he was, he picks up my brother and slams him against the wall. I mean slams him. I'm not joking around. He holds him by the shirt like this. Like, "You bastard." Like he was ready to do something. And I know what you're thinking. Why did none of us do anything? Well, one, I was still young enough to the point that I didn't know what the hell to do because I'd never been in a situation like that. And two, actually there is no two. I just didn't know what to do. You know, and it was bad. Because, you know, I don't think any of us understood what the hell was going on because that was a shock to all of us. You know, the father just did that. And that was, that was by far one of the worst days. Last thing I have to discuss about this story is the dinner plan, or like some kind of contract, you know, like you I don't know what it is. The parents signed the paper, or I think we signed it, and we have to get a signature from them. And apparently it was like some kind of pizza dinner. If we behaved, we get pizza. Like, what? You know, because they were telling our mom that we were getting dinner every night. We were not getting dinner every night. We were getting maybe a sandwich or some crackers, but that's not dinner to me. And, I mean, it was just so run down. You know, it was to the point where it was just a horrible place. You know, and they promised pizza, and we didn't get no pizza. You kidding me? But I tell you one damn thing, we won in the end. We complained so damn much. We told mom that the whole pizza thing was a sham, and we weren't getting dinner. And we up and out of that place, you know. I remember my father drove like to the place and he picked us up, and we never saw those people again because they were pieces of shit. They were horrible. I hated them. I'm pretty sure every kid there hated them. And whew, it was not fun. It was not the best daycare I've ever been to. And I think it was the only one. But yeah, that's pretty much my story about the daycare. It sucked. It really did. I wish I was never there, but it had to happen, I guess. But hopefully you enjoyed this story. Hopefully I wasn't too distracting. I know I'm looking that way. I'm just not used to this, okay? But hopefully you enjoyed the story. I sure as hell did. Well, I mean, I'm telling it. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. But I have a bunch more stories. I gotta figure out which ones I told you guys and which ones I didn't. I'm pretty sure I already put them in like a giant playlist. But I'll figure it out. I have tons more. Some of them are short. Some of them are a little longer, like this video. But yeah, I shall see you guys in my next video.